Hey guys, it's Foxdrop with a quick video on the new patch notes, the changes. There are a few changes which influence the jungle directly, and I just want to focus on two of those. The first of those being Lee Sin's changes, the nerfs to Lee Sin, and secondly the changes to the jungle in general. So jumping right into Lee Sin, let's find him, here he is. They got rid of a tooltip bug on his W, so that's not really important, but Iron Will, so the activation on his W no longer grants him armor, although they have compensated a bit with the sustain. The spell vamp and lifesteal has been increased a little bit. But basically what this nerf will do, the fact that he no longer gets armor means that early he's going to take more damage while jungling, obviously, because the armor means he's going to take more damage from the jungle creeps. And it also means he's not going to be as good at dueling. He's not going to be as good at 1v1ing the enemy jungler. So his early presence is actually going to be hit by this. And considering 9% of the junglers actually do physical damage because of the meta, like the bruiser meta in the jungle, it means he's not going to be as good at fighting those people, like people like Xin Zhao or Shaco. He's not going to be as good at fighting them. However, people like Maokai, Fiddle, Nautilus, they don't really do too much physical damage, so he should still be able to have his way with people like that. And his cripple, the slow amount has been reduced to early ranks to 20% from 30%. And even at rank 2 it's 30% down from 37.5, and the range has been reduced to 600 from 800. And this is a pretty big nerf to his slow. In general, these nerfs overall are just reducing his early presence, his early power. And what this actually introduces a fairly interesting choice for Lee Sin players. If you want that slow on your E, then you're going to have to put some points in that. And basically, as with every time you level up and put a point in something, it's opportunity cost. If you put a point in this, then you're not putting a point in that. Basically, if you're putting points in your E, then you're going to be lacking points in your Q or your W, wherever you decide. So that'll be fairly interesting. Most people don't actually do that. They don't put points in their E. I know people like Chowster do, so it's it can work. It's not exactly awful, but it'll be an interesting playstyle change. Like if this cripple is really noticeable, then I might do this myself, but I don't know. It will be interesting to see. But overall, with these Lee Sin nerfs, like I said, they're just gonna nerf his early power. Lee Sin really just does everything too much, too well. He fits every single role, and oftentimes he fits it better than other champions do who only excel at a certain role. So that's a bit unfair. And he's really good at dueling, he's really good at invading, he's good at counter jungling, he's good at farming, he's good at ganking. He's a really good character, obviously, but these changes are just hitting certain elements of his play. They're not making him useless overall. He's still going to be really good at ganking. His teamfight presence will still be the same. They haven't touched his ult at all. His damage is pretty much the same as well. So we'll see if this... I personally think Lee Sin is still going to be viable after this. I just think he's not going to be as good at everything, and I think that's fair enough. Lee Sin was just a bit of a bully. A tiny little thing which I'm going to mention here is at later ranks, he's now going to have more spell vamp, so don't forget to be using your smite alongside your W, because now that's going to heal you for even more. So that's fairly interesting. 25% off a 1000 smite, which is what you get at level 18. 250 health heal just from using your smite. It's crazy. Now, talking about the jungle changes themselves. Basically, what they're doing with all these jungle changes is they're making the big creep in the camp worth more gold, and it has more health. They're basically beefing it up while they're making the smaller creeps in the camp weaker. And I quite like this change, because changes like this, what they do is really two things. First off is that it makes counter jungling more rewarding, because you're screwing the enemy jungler over even harder by taking away that one creep, because that one creep is now worth a lot more. And secondly, it kind of opens the doors a little bit for people who are good at single target clearing. So someone like Gangplank, who isn't really viable at the moment because he doesn't clear fast enough, it's going to be a lot better with changes like these help people like Gangplank. So we may see the doors open a tiny bit to people like him, to single target clearers. However, this is a bit of a baby step. I don't know whether it's not going to be enough to make people really strong in the jungle who weren't strong before. But it's a step in the right direction, and it may tip some people over the edge as well. People like Shaco maybe, or well, like I say with Gangplank, he may be viable now. Even though if you want to play Gangplank, even currently, just play him because he's still okay. Basically, that's all I wanted to say though. I don't want this to be too long a video. These are just my thoughts in general. I hope this may clear some things up, or just if you just want to know my opinion. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.